in Yellowstone, hot water eruptions and seismic activity. Yellowstone National Park may appear peaceful on the surface, with bison grazing on golden meadows and crystal blue pools steaming gently in the morning air. But beneath this calm lies one of the most complex and powerful geothermal systems on the planet, a colossal heat engine driven by a supervolcano's magma chamber that spans an estimated 55 by 35 kilometers. This magma body is not a single molten lake but a mixture of partially melted rock, superheated water, and gas pockets, all interconnected through a labyrinth of fractures. The intense heat from this chamber drives the park's extraordinary hydrothermal features. Nearly 500 geysers, more than half of all the geysers in the world, along with countless hot springs, fumaroles, and mud pots. Recent research has revealed that Yellowstone's hydrothermal activity is not entirely independent from its seismic behavior. Earthquakes, most of them too small to be felt, ripple through the region almost daily. In a typical year, the park experiences between 1,500 and 3,000 quakes, most clustered in swarms that can last from days to weeks. While these tremors are usually harmless, they often act as catalysts for changes in hydrothermal plumbing. When an earthquake strikes, even a small one, it can slightly shift underground rock layers, opening or closing fractures that carry superheated water to the surface. This can suddenly reactivate dormant geysers, alter eruption intervals, or shift a hot spring's temperature. Steamboat Geyser, for example, the tallest active geyser in the world, experienced a record-breaking run of eruptions between 2018 and 2021, following a period of increased seismicity. Scientists use a network of seismic stations, GPS ground, deformation monitors, and thermal imaging satellites to map these interactions in near real time. The result is a fascinating picture of Yellowstone as a living system with a measurable heartbeat, cycles of seismicity and hot water eruptions that reveal subtle changes deep beneath the surface. While current monitoring suggests no imminent supervolcano eruption, the ongoing interplay between water and seismic energy serves as both a warning and a wonder of Earth's restless geology. Mystery beneath the surface. Why Kalaua erupts relentlessly. On the southeastern shore of Hawaii's Big Island, Kalaua's silhouette is a constant reminder of the island's fiery birth. This shield volcano has been erupting on and off for centuries, but unlike explosive volcanoes that rest between eruptions, Kalaua's activity can seem almost continuous, a slow but relentless transformation of the land. Its unique behavior stems from its position above the Hawaiian mantle plume, a stationary hot spot in Earth's mantle where heat and molten rock rise. From depths exceeding 2,900 kilometers, this plume melts the overlying oceanic crust, creating magma that ascends through a relatively direct conduit to the surface. Because the Pacific Plate drifts northwestward over the plume, each new eruption slowly builds the Big Island's southeastern coast, while older volcanic islands drift away and erode. Kalaua's eruptions are often described as effusive, rather than explosive. Lava flows from fissures or craters in broad, molten rivers that can advance for kilometers before cooling. Yet, this apparent gentleness hides the potential for sudden violence. In 2018, the volcano's lower east rift zone erupted with staggering force, releasing over 320,000 Olympic swimming pools worth of lava and displacing entire communities. The volcano's open conduit system is key to its persistence. Once established, it allows magma to flow with minimal obstruction, much like water from an unclogged pipe. Volcanologists track this behavior by combining seismic monitoring, precise GPS ground inflation measurements, and gas emission studies, especially sulfur dioxide levels that signal rising magma. Kaklauia's future is not in question. It will erupt again, but the unpredictability lies in its mode of eruption. Sometimes it gently builds new black sand beaches and lava deltas, other times it destroys landscapes and forces mass evacuations. In this way, it mirrors the duality of volcanic life, creation and destruction intertwined in a single geological process. Dangerous Etna. Analysis of recent eruptions and their environmental impact. Mount Etna, perched on Sicily's eastern flank, is a geological giant both in size and in influence. Standing over 3,300 meters tall and covering 1,190 square kilometers, it dominates the local skyline and shapes the island's climate, economy, and hazards. Etna's recent activity has been particularly intense. In the past months, the volcano has produced towering ash plumes exceeding 10 kilometers in height, forcing temporary closures of Catania's airport and coating nearby towns in fine volcanic dust. Nighttime eruptions paint the sky red as glowing. Lava fountains rise from the summit craters, visible from dozens of kilometers away. Unlike Kaklauia, Etna's magma is more viscous and gas-rich. This composition traps volcanic gases until the pressure is great enough to cause explosive decompression, producing powerful blasts. Yet Etna is also capable of quieter, effusive eruptions in which lava flows down its slopes in steady streams. This dual eruptive style, oscillating between explosive and effusive phases, makes forecasting its behavior challenging. The environmental consequences of Etna's eruptions are complex. Ashfall can damage vineyards and citrus groves, disrupt solar power generation, and pose respiratory hazards to residents. Lava flows can engulf roads, homes, and forests. Yet, over the long term, these same eruptions enrich the soil with minerals, sustaining one of the most fertile agricultural regions in Europe. Geological monitoring is particularly important at Etna because the volcano's southeastern flank is slowly sliding toward the Ionian Sea at a rate of a few centimeters per year. While this movement is gradual, a large-scale sector collapse could theoretically trigger tsunamis. Although such an event is considered rare, the potential consequences are severe enough to keep Etna under constant watch. By Italy's National Institute of Geophysics and Volcanology INGV, Etna's story is one of constant negotiation between danger and benefit, a reminder that volcanic landscapes, while perilous, also sustain life in ways both visible and hidden.